Hello Capricorn, my name is Nigel and you have found alchemy. Welcome to your October 2024 reading. Let's jump right into it. You have overarching your whole month, you have the Solar Sun card. I love this card. As you can see, this is a number one in this deck, right? This is expression, vitality, assertiveness for sure. This is divine masculine energy, and we know divine masculine energy has nothing to do with genitalia. It has to do with mindset, energy, right? When you're sitting in your divine masculine, you're assertive, you're vital, you're strong. You take bold steps. When you are in your divine feminine, you're more intuitive, you're more nurturing. So it's just different. So this month you are definitely in your divine masculine. This does encompass Leo energy, by the way. And this could also be a new beginning because we talked, this is a number one, right? So, yeah, we'll have to keep that under our hats as we move forward. Assertiveness, divine masculine, something new, something definitely beginning. Okay, now we also have Sedna here. Sedna is, let's put it this way, Sedna fell, I'm going to try to summarize as much as possible. This archetype fell for the wrong man. He was a liar. He misrepresented himself. He tried to entrap her. He actually succeeded in entrapping her. Her father came forward and tried to rescue her, actually did rescue her. And long story short, on the way home, they're in a boat traveling back home, and her father, to save his own life, sacrifices her to the sea. So she was not only turned on once and, lied to once, she was actually, screwed over by her own father as well. So Sedna is an interesting archetype. She also is known as the mother of the sea because as she was betrayed and thrown into the ocean, parts of her were made into different sea creatures. So she became the mother of the sea. Now, this is a person who may be in despair, right? Obviously, she may have had maybe spirit sees and hears you and is about to reward you for something here, Capricorn. Now, this does sound very much like a love situation, but it honestly doesn't have to be because there are many cards here expressing many different things. And so for some of you, it's definitely a love situation that you're probably trying to get over. Or it could be either a job that misrepresented itself, that you kind of got sucked in. You got sucked into something here. Somebody got over on you. Somebody definitely lied to you about something. This could be somebody at work. For many of you, it is a work situation, and for some of you, it's a love situation. So your number one card here, the number one always occurs after something ends. There is a brand new rebirth. But for there to be a rebirth, there had to have been an ending of some kind, right? There had to have been a betrayal of some kind. Now, you could either be stepping into this energy or you're coming into the month with this energy already, attached to you. And here, you have the unicorn card here. Let me see if I can pick this up. God, I hate these cards. Yeah, so as you can see, she's, living a fairy tale, right? Because unicorns don't really exist. So somebody may have sold you a bill of goods. Somebody may have lied to you. Somebody may have lied to you about a job, what you're going to get out of the job. Somebody at work may have lied to you and screwed you over in some way. Could have been a relationship. I'll say it again. It actually could have also be a family member because we did talk about a parent here. So that means a family member is on the table for some of you. And it's up to each one of you to sort of insert yourself into this reading. You do have resistance here. And I do think this resistance this month coming from you is a good thing. It's a positive thing. It's an assertive thing. No matter how you come into the month, the way you leave the month seems to be very different here. You have a balancing act. And this balancing act is the number 11. 11 is a master number. And the master numbers are initiators, right? They initiate things. Number 1. So yeah, with this balancing act, you may be balancing and juggling, but whatever is you're balancing and juggling this month is temporary energy. You're going to need to find your strength, and here's more assertive energy, right? And this is coming in right side up. The number 34 could mean something to you, but even if it doesn't, the strength card in its upright position along with the sun card, you're going to have to seek out strength this month. You're going to find it. I mean, it's quite obvious by the cards here. You're going to find the strength you seek, but you need to seek it. You're going to need to seek that within yourself. You do have triggers here. There might be someone or something that triggers you this month, and perhaps that trigger or those triggers is a sort of catalyst, catapulting you into all this assertive energy. Could be. Now here you have the bewitching card. And, with this card right side up the way it is, it says somebody may be using witchcraft to obtain their desires, or you're caught in a love spell. And, this could be obviously just especially right next to the Sedna card here. Sedna was lied to. What is a love spell? It's it is a lie, right? You're trying to force to control something, right? There may be somebody that fed you a lie to control you. A control thing here is on the table. Yeah, there is someone that fed you, and it doesn't even have to be a spell per se, right? It's just a sort of symbolism. It is somebody that could have sold you a bill of goods about a job, about a relationship, about how they felt, about some bullshit thing that they said. Somebody's obviously full of crap. There is something that it's going to cross your mind this month to resign and retire, to just walk away. But you're going to experience a shift, and this shift is a good thing. It does say taking your career in a totally different direction. So for those of you who are dealing with stuff at work, as we talked about, if this is a work situation, you're going to feel a shift this month. And I really like that for you. There's going to be something that triggers you. You're going to figure out where to gather your strength. You're going to balance things okay, but the resistance you feel, the resistance that starts to bubble up inside you, is going to work for your advantage. Now, we do have the cat spirit here, and that is the number 13. And, with the cat spirit, you are being given a new life. A cat has 9 lives. This is going to be an extension. Be mindful of how you use it here, Capricorn. It's going to be a sort of gift, I would say. You're going to be gifted with a new life, a rebirth, a reset, a redo. You're going to be able to shift. Yeah, you're going to be able to shift. Now let's look at your astrology. Remember, we talked about how the sun card always reminds me of Leo for the obvious reasons, right? It is a Leo and perhaps Aries, but you have Leo here. So you could be dealing with a Leo. For sure, you could be dealing with a Leo. Something could have happened during Leo season, and that was the end of July, the beginning-ish of August. You could be dealing with somebody with Leo highly aspected in your chart, or you, Capricorn, could have fire highly aspected in your chart. And if that is the case, you are definitely stepping into your fire element here this month. Yeah, you are. And it's a good thing. I do think it's a positive thing. Let's pick up all this stuff here. So you have a few things. Let's start with the waxing moon, right? It says focus, conceptualization, and strategy. So there's going to be something you're strategizing this month with this balancing act. Now, with the moon's going to be waxing in October from the 4th to the 9th, and then again from the 12th through the 16th. During that time, definitely set your intentions. Even if you're not the type to set intentions for the building up of the new moon energy or the full moon energy, definitely try to do that this month, the Capricorn. Set your intentions. What is it that you want? What are your goals? Long-term goals, right? You have Ceres, or it could be Ceres. Depends. I'm really bad at pronouncing these asteroids. This is self-care, wellness, and agriculture. Now, and I'll tell you what. This is like a dwarf planet / asteroid. Recently, they have discovered that there may be hidden oceans on this dwarf planet. ice volcanoes, really strange things. And this is like a recent finding. But Ceres is the goddess of harvest and crops, planting seeds. Plant some seeds during this moon, during this waxing moon period. Plant some seeds for your future. Okay, for sure. You have you also have, yeah, look, this is Taurus in the second house. And here you have your finances, your possessions. So for many of you, I'm telling you, this is definitely a job situation, a money situation. It's not true of all of you. Nothing's true of all of you. But for some of you, definitely. And you have sextile here, and it says harmony, ease, and compatibility. Now, as far as the sextiles go here in October, you have on October 17th, Venus in Scorpio sextile Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, extremely lucky day, Capricorn. Extremely lucky day. Hand in that manuscript. Ask for that raise. Play the lottery. Do whatever it is you've been building towards. Use the energy on that day to do it. On October 24th, you have Mars in Cancer sextile Uranus in Taurus, and a breakthrough or solution will come today. Quiet dogs. Sorry, guys. So the 24th of October, a breakthrough, and October 17th, you have that very lucky energy. So whatever it is that you've been holding off doing for yourself, do that day. Really love that energy for you. Now going into your tarot, you have the beginning of the month. Now this is the beginning of your month. In the beginning of your month, you have some avoidance, stalemate. You could be stuck in neutral here at the beginning of the month for some reason. It looks like there's something that happens here. Quiet, guys. No bark. And yeah, I mean, it's sort of, it definitely, you can see it in this card as well. This is tending to something that's kind of dead. I mean, you look at the bottom of that tree, you see that skull. It's something that has failed, right? So you're coming into the month with this sense of it didn't work. What didn't work could be a relationship, could be a friendship that you had, could be a job situation. It could be something that you wanted to attain that you didn't. But there is this sense, and then this bleeds into, right? By the way, this is Jupiter and Taurus energy, right? And this is like a post-mortem. Yeah, something may not have worked. It didn't go the way you wanted it to. Something you may have lost something. You may have walked away from something. Now this leads into the Piscean energy of the Hanged Man, right? And this is a voluntary time out, right? You volunteered for this. You weren't stuck up here by somebody else. Perhaps this post-mortem we spoke of, right, leads to this. It's like a total suspension. You taking time out to evaluate, to think about it, to what just happened to me. I don't know. There's something that happens. Maybe it's disappointing. Maybe a person disappointed you. And this does lead into this Five of Cups energy. Now on this side, it is a little different, right? On this side is traditional. On this side, it's a little different. This is Pluto and Scorpio. We have this side of this card that signifies a conscious return to a happier state. We see the rose on its side, right? We see that there is hope. Anytime you see a rose in my readings, that signifies hope. There's also two chalices available, so maybe someone helps you through this, Capricorn. For sure. I mean, it does look like you start the month off here on a somber note. I'm not saying you're miserable, but you're somber and you're trying to evaluate what just happened or what is occurring. It looks like somebody does disappoint you in some way. Now, as we move on, before we do that though, I forgot. And I have to start sticking sticky notes for this because I always forget it and I don't want to because I think it does add something. So in the beginning of your month, it's everything we just talked about, including the avoidance card and the stalemate card. And when I add up all the numbers in the column and then I break them down. Right? And when this broke down into a number 6, which is the planet Venus. And Venus is in charge of what? It's in charge of love and money. Everything we just discussed. So I find that really interesting. So mid-month, you have the renewal card. And that's really nice to see. You go from this avoidance energy to this renewal, this spark being reignited. And I like that for you. You go from this Hanged man, disappointment, walking away from something, picking yourself up and starting over again. But now you have a new attitude here, Capricorn. You have this King of Swords type attitude, and the King of Swords is Sun and Aqua. Could be any air sign, but in your case, I do think it is you temporarily stepping into this energy. Now, the King's idea of evil, this King's idea of evil, is to betray the trust of those who believed his word. He won't break an oath, but he also won't forgive an oath breaker. Now, who broke their oath to you? Somebody did. This could be as simple as someone just talking crap behind your back and, you know, somebody who got you to trust them. Or it could be something big, like someone really broke your heart. Although I'm not seeing a lot of cups here. The cups could have been before we started looking at the situation, right? You came into the situation feeling disappointed. So like I said, it could be somebody really brought this side out in you, though. You're drawing a line in the sand. You're putting your sword in the ground, and you're like, it's because you see a lot of sword energy in this reading, and it leads right into the center, the heart of the reading. The center card is the heart of the reading, and look at this. This is the Five of Swords on this side. You are not effing around. You aren't. This is Venus in Aqua, but this is like if you look a warrior, right, standing tall in the sun. He holds a sword that he's taken from his enemies. It's a victory. There was a price to pay for this victory. You may feel depleted, but you leave the core of your reading a winner. So you go. You pick up these swords and you win the battle, whatever that is to you. Okay? Whatever that is to you. And then you have the ability, you have the wherewithal, you have the desire to just walk away from what no longer serves you. Saturn and Pisces here. You walk ahead and leave behind what's broken. You have this renewal, this spark that pushes you ahead, Capricorn. Let me know in the comments, is this a work situation, a personal family situation, or is it simply a love situation? Not that that's simple. Now, let's look at the end of your month, but I did forget again, right? The breakdown, the number breakdown for the mid-month, it broke down to a number 4. Uranus, rule breaking. You rule breaking. Someone broke the rules here. You could have broken the rules just a little bit to win. Maybe that was part of the, part of it. But you needed to do what you did. You needed to do what you did, for sure. Okay, you did emerge the winner, and that's really what matters here as far as I'm concerned, coming from where you're coming from. Now, we do have the Rebirth card, and we talked about rebirth a few times, being reborn. You go from this avoidant energy to this renewal to boom, rebirth. And, to drive this point home, you have, starting at the beginning of the end of the month, you have the death card, Sun and Scorpio. Now, this is specifically rebirth. This side would be death. This side is rebirth. This is the way we see death. This is the way death sees us. Death is giving these two people another chance. What did I say? I said that way in the beginning. You're being given another chance. The cat energy. That's what we talked about. If you notice, this is death's perspective, and it only shows rebirth. And you have a second chance at something. Definitely. You have a second chance at something. You have the death card that leads straight into the Wheel of Fortune on this side. As you can see, it is quite different from the other side. This is a fixed energy. Fixed energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. You have a lot of fixed energy actually here on the table. But what's important about this is that the wheel turns with you, Capricorn, at the helm. You see, he is at the helm. Yes, you're doing what you need to do. And yes, there's a reason. There's a reason that you've now taken the helm. I don't think you enter the month this way, but damn, it looks like you exit the month this way. Now, this gives birth to two energies here. You have the Knight of Swords, and you also have the Moon. Now, if you look at this, more sword energy. Look at how much sword energy you have for a Capricorn reading. You have the Knight of Swords, Mercury and Gemini, moving ahead with that sword that you use to win. And think so clearly, right? Look at the horse. The horse has air in the front and water in the back. You're using your head over your heart. It looks like it's needed. Use your head over your heart. And you have the Moon, Sun in Cancer. Your lunar awareness is heightened at this time towards the end of the month. This is towards the time we spoke of the Mars and Cancer sextile thing during your astrology portion. A breakthrough. That looks like a breakthrough for sure. It definitely looks like a breakthrough. So let's look at this a little bit, shall we? You have this dead plant or dead tree that you were caring for. You goes right into this very stubborn, I know what I know. I'm driving my sword into the soil. I'm standing my ground energy, and boom, rebirth. You go from taking a time out to evaluate to winning the damn whatever it was, you win, to guiding your own wheel of fortune. Looking at what the loss was, walking away from the loss, getting on the horse with the sword in hand. Beautiful energy. It doesn't start out that way though. It looks like someone really does a number on you, but I really like these oracle cards in the order that they go in. So let's look at now your blessings and your warnings. And of course, I didn't tell you the way I added this up. At the end of the month, it does break down to a number 8. Saturn, the taskmaster, lessons have been learned. I really like that. Yeah, you got number 8 in the beginning too. So now as far as your warnings go, interestingly enough, you do have the control card here. Somebody might have been trying to use control tactics on you here, Capricorn. I think that may be one way to look at this, but let's look at the whole thing. You have here the King of Wands. This is Sun in Leo, more Leo energy. It could be any fire sign, but generally he is Sun in Leo. Now, what's interesting about this card is we see the king, and on this side he has a salamander at his feet. On this side, his trusty salamander has turned into a serpent. Yeah, I do believe you have uncovered a snake as well here, Capricorn. And is the controlling energy a desire to maintain control, or to be mindful of the snake's control tactics on you? This leads right into this Venus and Taurus energy with the 6 of Pentacles. A warning to be mindful of something that may appear helpful at first, that may be a control tactic. It's going to be different for all of you. Be mindful of what looks like help. You have 2 cards that this gives birth to. It's the 8 of Pentacles and the Empress. The 8 of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo energy. Consider a warning here to consider your long-term success. You may have monetizable talent here that you're not tapping into, or that you haven't tapped into enough. And you also have the Empress energy, you know, with her star. At least in this deck, she has that beautiful star guiding her. All the fertility is yours. And you should understand that when someone tries to tell you otherwise, and it looks like they will try to tell you otherwise. They will try to control you. You need to really sort of narrow your eyes here and say, should I even believe this person when they talk? The answer is probably no. Now, when we add up and break down this particular column, it is the number 8. So you have the number 8 here and the number 8 here. And that is, you know, it's the planet of limitation, right? You have Saturn, the planet of limitation, restriction, control. The infinity symbol, whoever it is that's doing this, has done this before and will probably continue to try to do it if you allow it. All right, so let's move on to your blessings. You have here the present gratitude. Beautiful. You're going to feel abundant and you're going to feel grateful for something that goes on this month. We've said it a few times and I really like that. I love the way this story ends. You have, couldn't get out any more abundant than this. You have your divine masculine, like we have the divine feminine over here. Her using her intuition, her using her sort of nurturing ability with herself, stepping right into your Emperor energy. And the Emperor is Aries, Sun in Aries, you know, but more than that, he differs from the Empress, right? She is the nurturer and he looks to the future. And the Emperor builds things that last beyond his own lifetime. You move from Empress to Emperor energy. So you're thinking long term, finally, and you're moving away with the Six of Swords. You're moving away into calmer waters, into a better place. Definitely better. And you have the King of Pentacles here. You know, Sun in Taurus could be any earth sign, but more the important thing here is that he has his nest egg there, right? More talk of nest eggs and something of value backing you up here. You have that pentagram it's an evocation. You evoked something here. You evoked something. It's something of your own doing. You did this. You did this. You did this. And it's something that's going to have tentacles into your future. I really like this for you here. Beautiful energy, Capricorn. Really nice energy. Give me the beginning of the month here for Capricorn. You have a sideways card, Weeping Willow, family sorrow. Yeah, I mean, there is some sort of sorrow. I don't know about family sorrow. For some of you, it definitely might be a family situation. But for others of you, it is just a sideways weeping willow, meaning, you know, you may not be crying some of you may be very upset about this, but many of you are not sitting around crying, but you are trying to dissect what happened to figure out what your next move is. And then you have mid-month, you have marriage in reverse, and you will receive a gift. What did I say? What did I say? That you were receiving a gift. You were receiving something, right? You're definitely receiving something. There is a marriage that is broken here, and that marriage could be anything. It doesn't have to be a marriage in the traditional sense. It could be you and a job, you and an employee. It could be you and a friend having that bond. There is something that broke here, and you win. Like, I can't say it enough. You win. I think you might have broken it with your sword, but you did it in such a way where you emerged a winner. There definitely was wreckage from this, right? But you did win. End of month, please. You have dark man, dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair, and this came in reverse. So maybe this has to do with a dark man. And when I say dark man, it could be someone who looks dark. It could be someone with dark hair, or it could be someone who has a dark soul. But whatever it is, it looks like you have pulled away from this person. Yeah, for sure. Show me these warnings, please. You have this coming in sideways. It says, someone you know is undependable and insincere. We talked about that, right? Especially with the Sedna card, right? Someone bullshitting you, honestly. Give me the blessings. Blessings, please. You are on the road to success. Love it. You are on the road to success. I mean, it is what it is. The road doesn't seem particularly easy. It looks like you went through some crap, but you're going to feel a shift. Somebody did sell you a bill of goods, though. They did lie. I don't know who it was. It's going to be different, like I said, for each of you. Too many cards, too many cards. Just give me one, please, Spirit. Maybe two. Card for Capricorn, please. Capricorn, please. I usually like fanning these out on the table because they're so... You have mountain. Capricorn, you are stepping into your own element. That is the earth element. Ain't nothing gonna move that mountain. I don't care how strong the wind is. Doesn't matter how strong that water may rise. That mountain's not going anywhere. You're stepping into your own element here as an earth sign for sure. You have a lot of help with air this month though, but it's air in the most concise way. And it says here, yeah, to make equal. Do you see the equator? There is somebody here who is in your life that doesn't believe that you are their equal. They believe that you are beneath them. But guess what? And here's more air, right? Wind, change. Yeah, you are experiencing deep and profound change this month. Now, okay, so your lucky numbers are 1, 34, 5, 13, and 24. Now, interestingly enough, the numbers that we saw the most here in this reading was the number 6, and that in tarot anyway, that that denotes an imbalance, and we did see that with the balancing act card here. There was an imbalance of power here. You're going to be setting something straight this month, maybe setting someone straight. You have a lot of number 4s as well. Personal growth stopping. There was somebody, I think, that put the kibosh on your growth for whatever reason they had. And I do think you are going to step into a very assertive role with yourself this month, and you're going to pretty much show them what happens when you screw with Capricorn. Capricorn, I wish you the best. I wish you a very happy Samhain, and I will see you next time. Namaste.